distinguished guests, good evening!
Good evening!
Well, it's truly an honor to be here with the Rotary Club of Singapore East, a club that stands tall in our district's history and one that continues to inspire through its leadership, commitment, and service. Since your founding in 1966, you have carried forward the Rotary spirit with clarity and conviction. You have changed lives through access to healthcare and education. You've empowered communities with social support, and you have shown what it means to live out our motto, service above self, with your vision for empowering communities and changing lives. That deserves an applause. Now let me start with your club's legacy of leadership and the true meaning of living with Rotary values. This club is home to two distinguished past district governors whose leadership has left an indelible mark on District 2310 and beyond. Past Governor Fong Ho Beng and past Governor David Tong were both here with their powerful spirit and irene. As we reflect on their contributions, I am reminded of the Rotary themes that they once led. Show Rotary cares, because service without compassion is just motion. When we truly care, that is what that gives our work its heart, its humanity, and its higher purpose. Lend a hand. Because true Rotary leadership does not begin with titles or recognition. It begins with humility. In Rotary, we lead not by command, but by compassion. So these themes are not just historical mottos. They are enduring Rotary values, still relevant and still needed in the service that we do. These values are alive today in your club, and they are echoed in this year's powerful global theme, Unite for Good. Because when we care, and when we lend a hand, and when we unite with purpose, we move beyond projects and into impact. And that's where Rotary becomes transformational. So every club has its chapters, the times of growth, times of rebuilding, and times of rediscovery. What makes Rotary Club of Singapore is special is not just what you have achieved, but what you continue to aspire towards. You have a proud legacy of impactful service, and today you are building a new momentum with thoughtful, consistent initiatives like your Mental Wellness Forum and your year-end Children's Party. So these are more than club activities. They are expressions of care, of relevance, and of connection to the real needs of our society. I suggest you let them grow, let them deepen, and let them become the pillars of your modern legacy. I also want to commend your club for a powerful display of unity. We heard just now 20 members attended the recent district training assembly in support of President Clara and the board. This is what leadership looks like for the Rotarians, not only from the president but from the club that stands beside them. So when Rotarians show up, they show commitment. When they learn together, they grow together. So this is what we want to know, that we want this to be a living tradition of the Rotary Club of Singapore East, so that we know that this commitment to be together and engaging in district life builds a culture of collective strength. So this year, your club has made history through a deeply moving act of generosity. Your club received a pledge of $250,000 to the Rotary Foundation's Endowment Fund, with the donor earning the distinction of becoming an Arch Plum Society member. So this is more than a donation. It is an enduring statement of belief in Rotary, in humanity, and in the idea that service can and should outlive us. So the endowment fund is Rotary's most visionary Rotary's most visionary instrument. It's not about what we can do this year, fellow Rotarians, but what we can make possible for every year after that. So, when we give to the endowment, our principal gift is preserved in perpetuity. Only the earnings are used to fund scholarships, global grants, humanitarian projects, and peace-building work around the world. It is a giving that never stops giving. Just let that sink in. A giving that never stops giving. A single act of generosity today will touch lives forever. So I speak to each of you from the heart. What will your Rotary legacy be? You don't have to give $250,000 to make a difference. You don't need to be wealthy. You simply need to care and to act. Consider a planned gift to the endowment. Consider a bequest in your will. Let your final act of generosity be one that continues to serve long after you're gone. Because someday a child will go to school, a mother will survive childbirth, and a village will gain clean water because you believe and you gave. Not only for today, not for the next 10 years, 20 years, or 50 years later. It continues in perpetuity. So that's what we want for you to commit. Up to 50 years later, can you imagine paying for a life-saving pediatric surgery for generations yet unborn? This is Rotary at its most eternal. This is what you can achieve. Immortality through service. This is how we unite for good, not just for today, fellow Rotarians, but for generations. So your club has a unique advantage. With sister clubs around the world, the Rotary Club of Singapore East is perfectly positioned to lead in international service. And I want to encourage you to embrace global grant projects with your overseas partner. So why global grants? Because they are how we multiply the scale of our giving. That is how we attract matching funding from the Rotary Foundation. And that is how we build sustainable solutions that last. But more importantly, global grants help us move from isolated acts of charity to systemic giving, from short-term help to long-term empowerment. Imagine launching a literacy project in Indonesia, or building a maternal health center in Nigeria, or funding water infrastructure in Philippines, all in partnerships with your sister clubs from all over the world. So when you partner with club overseas, when you share resources, when you co-design, when you apply global grant, you are unlocking Rotary's greatest power. The ability to multiply impact, the ability to multiply reach, and the ability to multiply sustainability. So global grants are not about size, they are about depth. They allow us to do the work that lasts far beyond a Rotary year, far beyond one presidency. So to outgoing President Calvin, where are you? Not his there. Calvin?
Oops.
So you and your dedicated board, your leadership has guided the club through the meaningful year. The District 2310 and Rotary International extend our deepest gratitude for all you have done and the sacrifice you have made in the name of service. To President Clara and your board, this is your moment. And it comes both with privilege and with purpose. So you inherit not just a title, but a legacy. Look around you. So you lead boldly, lead humbly, and lead with unwavering belief that Rotary is not just an organization, it is a force to do good in the world and for transformation. And to every Rotarian present in this room, let me leave you with this final thought. So much in life is temporary. Fortunes can disappear, fame is short-lived, honors will fade, even our names will be forgotten in time. But what we give the world through service, that, fellow Rotarians, will always remain. So as Rotarians, we have the rare privilege of building something that lasts through our projects, through our partnerships and the power of our giving, we leave behind a legacy not of stone and steel, but of lives changed and futures brighter. So let us all continue to show that Rotary cares. Let us all continue to lend a hand. Let us all continue to build a better world together. Let us all unite for good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.